Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 30-day English practice podcast. This is day 14, and our topic is a dose of culture, customs, and traditions around the world. Have you ever wondered why some countries have completely different table manners, greeting styles, or holiday celebrations than others? Today, we'll explore basic cultural differences, from how people greet each other to the way they eat or celebrate special occasions. This episode aims to expand your vocabulary, spark interesting conversations, and help you become more culturally aware. I'm joined, as always, by my co host, Alex.
Hi, Sam. I love talking about global customs and traditions. Understanding cultural nuances not only helps you speak better English, but also helps you connect with people from different backgrounds. It can make travel more enjoyable, spark great discussions, and even prevent awkward misunderstandings. Let's dive in. Part 1. Why Culture Matters for Language Learners. Culture and language are deeply connected. Knowing a language is not just about grammar or vocabulary, it's also about the social context in which that language is used. If you're learning English to communicate internationally, you might interact with people from various English-speaking countries, like the US, the UK, Australia, or from non-English-speaking places where English is a second language. Each community has unique customs. Examples: how people greet one another. Handshake, hug, bow, cheek kiss, or just a smile. Dining etiquette, using chopsticks, forks, fingers, or how to share food. Celebrations, festivals, religious holidays, national traditions. By learning some basic cultural differences, you can avoid confusion, show respect, and build rapport more effectively.
Yes, exactly. In an A2B1 context, we won't get too deep into complex cultural theories, but we'll highlight a few fascinating customs from around the world and give you simple words and phrases to discuss them comfortably in English. Part 2. Greeting customs and basic vocab. A. Greetings around the world. First handshake. Very common in Western cultures like the US or many parts of Europe. 2. Bow. Traditional in places like Japan or Korea, slight bow or deeper bow can indicate respect. 3. Kiss on the cheek. Popular in parts of Europe and Latin America. The number of kisses can vary. Some do 1, others 2, or even 3. Fourth hug. In more informal, friendly contexts, especially among close acquaintances in certain cultures. 5. Hand on heart. A polite gesture in some Middle Eastern countries. 6. Saying hi, hello, or hey. Standard casual greetings in English-speaking nations. B. Phrases and adjectives. It's polite to shake hands in most business settings. In some places, a quick bow is a respectful greeting. Cheek kisses can feel friendly and warm, but they might surprise newcomers. Mini dialogue. Do you usually hug or shake hands when you meet someone new?
I typically go for a handshake, but in my culture, we sometimes do a cheek kiss if we're close friends.
Interesting. I was a bit confused the first time a friend kissed my cheek to say hello, but now I think it's quite friendly. Part 3. Eating habits and table manners. A. Utensils and etiquette. 1. Chopsticks. Common in East Asia, China, Japan, Korea. Placing them upright in rice can be seen as impolite or inauspicious. 2. Fork and knife. Standard in Western countries. Don't forget that certain positions of cutlery might signal you're finished eating. Third hands. Many cultures eat certain foods with their hands. India, parts of Africa, and the Middle East. Washing hands before, after is crucial. B. Common customs. Slurping noodles in Japan is acceptable and can even be seen as a compliment, whereas in Western contexts, it might sound rude. Sharing dishes. In many Asian cultures, people share from common plates in the middle of the table. In Western cultures, each person often orders their own dish. Silence at the table or chatty meals Some families prefer quieter meals, others chat a lot while eating. Mini dialogue. I once traveled to Japan and noticed everyone was slurping noodles. I thought it was rude, but apparently it's quite normal there.
Exactly. In some Western countries, that noise can be seen as impolite, but in Japan, it can show you're enjoying the food.
Right. It's all about understanding the local custom. Part 4. Festivals, Holidays, and Traditions.
A. Examples from different regions. 1. Diwali, India. A festival of lights celebrating the victory of light over darkness. People decorate with lamps, share sweets, and watch fireworks. 2nd Thanksgiving, US, Canada. People gather for a big meal, often with turkey, expressing gratitude. 3rd Chinese New Year. Families reunite, exchange red envelopes with money, and light fireworks. 4. Carnival, Brazil, parts of Europe. Parades, dancing, colorful costumes, a lively atmosphere. 5th, Eid al-Fitr, Muslim communities. Celebration after Ramadan's month of fasting with feasting, new clothes, and charity. B. Relevant vocabulary. Parade, fireworks, religious or secular festival, traditional foods, family gatherings, New Year's resolutions, gifts or decorations, costumes, music. Mini dialogue. Did you ever celebrate Thanksgiving in the US?
Yes, once. We had a big turkey dinner, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie. Family members shared what they're thankful for.
That sounds nice. In my country, we have a big harvest festival with dancing and fireworks.
Part 5. Cultural Do's and Don'ts. A. A few global examples. 1. Japan. Taking off shoes when entering a home. 2. Muslim majority countries. Dressing modestly in certain contexts, especially near religious sites. 3. Latin America. Tardiness can be more accepted in social gatherings. Arriving late might not be considered rude. 4. Germany. Punctuality is very important. Being late can be frowned upon. 5. India. Using the right hand for eating or passing objects is typical, as the left hand is considered less clean. B. Key phrases and adjectives. It's inappropriate to, it's considered polite to, it's common to, it's offensive if. Example. In some places, it's offensive to point with your finger. Instead, use an open hand gesture. Part 6. Simplifying cross-cultural communication. A. Listening and observing. One of the best ways to adapt is to watch what locals do, how they greet, eat, or behave in different contexts. If you're unsure, politely ask, "Is it okay if I," or "What's the usual way to?" B. Phrases for respect. I'm not familiar with this custom. Could you explain it? Is there a polite way to do this? I'd love to learn more about your tradition. C. Embracing differences. Remember that no single tradition is right or wrong. The key is showing curiosity and respect. People appreciate when you try to learn their ways or at least show interest. Yes, exactly. Curiosity and politeness go a long way. Even if you make a small mistake, most people will understand your learning. That leads to better cross-cultural friendships. Part 7. Dialogue, Cultural Insights. So, did you know that in some Indian weddings, the bride's family tries to hide the groom's shoes as a fun tradition?
That sounds hilarious. Then the groom has to pay money or give gifts to get them back, right?
Yes, exactly. It's all in good fun. Everyone laughs and participates.
In Korea, I heard there's a custom of beating the groom's feet with a fish or stick to test his strength or knowledge, also just for fun.
So interesting. Meanwhile, in certain Western weddings, the bride throws her bouquet, and whoever catches it is said to be the next to marry.
Amazing how each culture has unique ways of celebrating. It makes me want to travel more and see these customs firsthand.
Adjectives used: fun, hilarious, interesting, unique, amazing. They keep the tone positive and curious. Part 8, Practice Plan, Day 14 edition. A. Learn about one new culture a day. Pick any country, maybe from a short YouTube video or article. Note 2 to 3 cultural customs that interest you. Summarize them in English using new vocabulary and adjectives. B. Compare customs. Write or talk about a tradition in your culture versus a tradition you learned about. Use phrases like, in my country, we usually, whereas in X country, they. Example, in my family, we open gifts on Christmas Eve, but in many places, people wait until Christmas morning. C. Role play. With a friend, pretend you're from different countries. Share your typical greeting, food habits, or festival traditions. Ask questions like, why do you do that? How do people celebrate? D. Watch cultural shows. Many documentaries or travel vlogs, Anthony Bourdain, for instance, showcase local customs and food. Try to watch in English or with English subtitles, focusing on keywords. E. Keep a culture journal. If you meet someone from another background, jot down interesting differences in a small notebook. This journal helps you expand your cultural vocabulary and context knowledge.
Yes, these exercises help you learn while having fun. Culture is such a rich topic that you can practice new words and expressions almost every day. Part 9, Conclusion and Wrap-Up. Understanding customs and traditions is a great way to enhance your English while broadening your worldview. Whether it's greeting styles, dining etiquette, or holiday celebrations, each culture has something unique. By learning basic words like polite, offensive, formal, or casual, you can talk about these differences confidently and respectfully.
That concludes Day 14, A Dose of Culture, Customs and Traditions Around the World. We hope you enjoyed this cultural exploration and picked up helpful vocab. If you did, please subscribe or follow. And if you're on YouTube, comment with a fascinating custom from your own culture. We'd love to learn from you too.
Yes, definitely share your traditions. It's always exciting to read about different backgrounds. Tomorrow is day 15, so stay tuned for another crucial area of English learning. Until then, keep exploring the world through language and culture.
Thank you, everyone. Happy studying, and see you in the next episode.